What do you think about buying on to bigger tours?
I'm not as allergic to that idea as some people, some crusaders are. Like, oh, well, fuck you.
Purists.
You know, yeah. There's opportunity. And so you are welcome to go play Cleveland 7 times to build up, hopefully, an audience of 500 or 600 people. But if you're just starting out and you believe you would work well with Mindless Self-Indulgence or whoever, and I use those guys for a reason, I'll tell you in a minute.
I love them.
Then, you know, what is the cost to you of going to Cleveland and playing to 50 people, going to Cleveland and playing to 20 people because you got the date wrong, going back and playing to 65 people, going back and playing to 150, giving away a bunch of shirts, going back and playing for free because it's a radio show, going back the next time and playing to 250 people because people from the radio show liked you. I mean, it takes 2 years to build up a following, and there's a cost to that. So if everybody in the band is working hard and you've all got 3 day jobs or night jobs or both, and you can afford to buy on to a show, you should look at it. It's a opportunity to leapfrog over the 7 times you have to go to Cleveland to play to a bunch of people. It's also an opportunity to be fucked over, to go on stage too early, to not have a good sound and be treated badly and play to nobody.
Right.
So you have to be careful. I worked with a band called Tubbring who bought onto 3 Mindless Self-Indulgence shows. They played to a couple of thousand people a night. They sold enough merchandise to pay for the buy-on. Right?
That's awesome.
They really were careful about where they did it. The guys from Mindless saw them and asked them to play 3 more shows with them, which the management didn't like, but fuck them. And it really worked for them. I've also seen bands buy onto tours that are clearly not going to do very well.
I've seen that many times.
And they've been hyped by the management or the agent. You know, I can get you on this tour. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. I don't think the band we're playing with means anything in Texas. So if we're buying, why are we buying on to this? You know,
or like completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Like a band called Rains. I'll bring them up because they're not a very good band. And
Rains or Brains?
Rains. Like,
well, that's a bad name.
Yeah.
Rains.
I know. And they bought on to the Hatebreed tour. Well, Rains is like Daughtry.
Okay, I don't even know what any of that is.
Like
so
soft, acoustic, poppy rock.
See, okay, so as a bystander to the intricacies and nichiness of the metal scene, this doesn't sound like it's a good idea to me.
Exactly.
And I'm familiar with this band for the last 28 seconds.
You know, and so you're throwing what, not to be a dick, but it's chick rock, light chick rock, up with Hatebreed, which is hard New York metal, dude. Who the hell in the Hatebreed crowd is going to like that Rains band? Nobody.
Whose idea was that?
Rains paid for it. They just did it.
See, so somebody from Hatebreed should have said, hey, you know what? Great. You should come out and see the show. We'd love to have you. Great. However,
right.
You know, because the Hatebreed, it's great to get paid, but they still need to put on a great show for their fans. It's not just like, hey, these idiots just paid $10,000, maybe more.
And then there was another Five Finger Death Punch had a tour out. What was it? It was a very hardcore metal. Amur was on it, and 3 Inches of Blood, I think, and it was very
never
hard.
Heard of any of these. Oh, 3 Inches of Blood. What? Hello.
And then this one of our softer bands, which they test well. They have a #1 song in the country right now, but they bought on to be on that tour, and it was just like, you're barking up the wrong tree. None of these fans are going to embrace you. You're wasting your money, you know. And I know, who am I to judge? But come on, find an appropriate tour at least. That's what I think.
And in defense of idiots, you know, it's easy. I've seen Totally Stupid, Slayer, and the Circle Jerks. I mean, what the fuck? You know, I mean, it was it was just mayhem. So Slayer are playing whatever they're doing, right? Good riffs, much used and sampled by the industrial crowd. KMFDM wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Slayer riffs played backwards.
So much,
but the punks didn't like the spandex crowd, and this is early 80s. And the Hispanics crowd were like, what the fuck is going on? There's fights in the crowd. The punks, in a show of kind of welcoming olive branch, in offering an olive branch, jumped on the stage and did some stage diving, which freaked Slayer's management on the stage. No, Slayer's guitarist just called his dad. The show, I am not bringing the band on stage again until we can come to an agreement. And of course, everybody started throwing things and stage diving. It was a catastrophe. I love Edsel from Dope, and I know Dope are playing the band camp.
Yep.
I fucking get along great with that guy. We went out, we did Dope with Pigface, and we got along so well that in between the two bands, we'd start jamming and doing really interesting stuff that was completely different to Dope or Pigface. It was kind of this weird, ambient, edgy shit. And we just got along great, as well as you would get on with anybody on tour. But the audiences were completely mismatched.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful, you know. We did a song with I heard you play Bitch on JJO. Well, we did a Pigface. Edsel gave me all the tapes to that, and we mangled it and did a Pigface version of it. And so we were as interconnected as you could be, but the audiences weren't.
Sure.
So a little bit of research and setup can make for a great situation. The other thing you can do as a band, if you want to play to Dope's audience or the bands that you're mentioning, there are going to be more people outside the venue during your time slot than there are inside the venue. So set up outside and play. And you could do that creatively. Put all your equipment on the back of a truck. Da-da. Or if it's cold, put it inside a van and open the doors. People will love it. And just play until the police come, you know.
Right. I like this tip, too, that you have. Buy on a larger tour for regional dates, then book shows in smaller venues in each of those markets 4 weeks later. Use your buy-on as a reason to get the smaller club shows that previously you couldn't.
Yeah, a little bit complicated, but not really. It's like, why are you going to buy onto a Band X show in Cleveland? Well, because, you know, now you could buy onto it, and then you could call the owner of the small 300 capacity club and say, hey, we're playing with this band on this date. We'd like to use that to promote. We could have flyers done. Could we book a date with you now, and we'll use the big date to promote it? And a smaller promoter will be like, holy shit, yeah, in fact, we'll put you on our radio spot. We'll start, give me some tickets to your show with the big band so I can invite some press people, and our street team kids will be in the audience with the flyers. It's just smart.
Right.
It's just tiny. It's just thinking further than
that one gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a
plan.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.